Hello, welcome to Restorative Yoga. And today, this is all about relaxation and reducing stress through that relaxation. So I invite you to bring in your prop and just let the prop support you as you're just there to relax and let go. So as far as props go, what I've got here, see one, two, three, four, five, six blankets, seven if you count my base blanket. We may not necessarily need all of those, but I like to have more than enough versus not enough. And I've got a couple blocks here as well. Now, for me, I'm really going to only use one, but I will show you some things that you can do or, encourage you, if you don't have, you know, uh, some sturdy cushions or enough blankets, whatever. You can always build yourself up with your blocks. That'll, give you a little bit of height as needed on some things. And then I've also got my bolster cushion here. If you don't have one of these, just bring in some pillows, some extra blankets. It's all good. So I would like to start today. I don't really have a particular theme, but I would like to start just just a little bit of centering. And I'm just going to take my hands right over my heart. And I want to sit nice and tall. So if you're a little tight in the hip, you can sit up on one of your folded blankets or a pillow or something like that. And then as you're here, just start to find a little bit of expansion in your breath. And see if you can make your inhales and exhales as smooth as possible. As you come into this breath, notice in the body, where could you soften just a little bit more? Is that going to be, through the face and the jaw, maybe the shoulders, maybe through the hips? Create an intention for this practice here. So, what would you like to give or receive from this restorative practice? So, maybe it's just about, I've got some things going on I would just like to let go. Just, give that to um, God, the spirit, universe, whatever it is that you believe in, that's a higher power. And then let's go into a few rounds of box breathing just to kind of get ourselves in a better mindset as we begin this practice. We'll go into the box breathing and we'll inhale, hold, exhale, and hold for a count of 4. And if that's not your magic number today, maybe 3 or 2 is your magic number, go there. And remember that you can always return to normal breath at any time that you need it. We'll take a big exhale to prepare. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Release, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 1, 2, 3, 4. Release, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Return a normal breath. You can release the hands from the heart and notice how you feel. All right. So our first pose here is a supported child's pose. Supported child's pose. So I have discovered a different way to do this lately, and this version of this is really becoming my favorite restorative child's pose. So for this, I'm going to use my bolster cushion and a blanket on top. You can also stack up your blocks here. Not blocks. You can also stack your blankets. And another thing, if you want to come up a little bit higher, you can take a couple blocks under here. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to use one of my blocks. And if you don't have an extra block because maybe you're using them under here, take a blanket or a pillow and you can fold that in half, and that's going to be support for your head. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring in my block. And I'm just going to take my block in, and you may have to adjust it according to your needs right here. So my knees are wider than my little prop surface here, just like if I was going to do this in a more active practice. So I want my whole torso to be supported on my blankets or my bolster. And then once there, I'm just going to let the knees just slide out to the side if they want to do that. Actually, I need to be up just a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm just going to let this block come right here. For me, it needs to be on the second setting. And then I'm just going to let my forehead rest on that block. And then my arms can be anywhere that's comfortable for them. So once you get in place, we're going to be here for a couple minutes. And I think the reason I really like this one is because my head can face down. So I don't have to remember to switch sides by turning my head from side to side. So as you let go, just sinking into your prop, letting the props and the floor support you. Maybe deepen the breath a little bit. And maybe doing a little scan. Where could you soften just a little bit more? Soften and sink. And then from here, once you're ready, you're gonna gently take hands under the shoulders. And in the way that's best for your body, carefully come off your. You want to always do that slowly because the purpose is to relax and kind of sink in. So we don't want to just, jar ourselves up really quickly. So we're going to go into a wide leg forward fold here, and be mindful that we're going to do this one for about 3 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this prop surface as my starter. And again, you can, have blocks underneath there if you need to. I'm going to take my, probably should get my tighter. I'm going to take my legs out wide here. And for this one, I'm going to take another blanket, maybe two, right on top. I'm really just building myself up for this nice level of support. And then I'm going to take another blanket and then I'm going to fold that. And I'm going to make a little head stand with that. And then I think too on this one, I'm going to sit up on a blanket as well. And then you can take your legs out wide here. Just kind of pull your prop in close to you. If you're on a harder surface and maybe you've got bony heels or something like that, you can always sit, you know, a towel or a blanket or something under the heel so that's supported. Same thing under the knees. If you're really tight in the hamstrings, you can always roll up a towel or a blanket and let the leg kind of, or the knees rather, to be more specific, over top of that so that you can relax a little bit there. I don't need that today. So I'm not going to bring that in, but you do you. And I'm going to set this to 3 minutes. Good. And the reason why I like this little head support is because then I can come straight down and then I don't have to worry about going this way and then going this way halfway through. So how many supports you need depends on your own body. I'm just going to rest right here. Good. And we'll go 3 minutes here. And you want the forehead on your support here. And again, just notice, where could you soften? And see if as you breathe, you can slow down the breath just a little bit. So maybe inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6, or equal breath. And maybe ask yourself, what can I let go of today that's not serving me? What can I let go of today not serving me? And from here, good. Again, gently, gently. Come up from here, nice and slow, nice and slow. And as you come to a little bit of a tall spine for a moment, just let the eyes blink, taking a deep breath, just kind of noticing. Good. And then notice how you feel, hopefully a little bit more calmer. So I'm going to set this up now as an incline. Take some of these off of here. And as I set this up as an incline, I actually probably will use a block here. Good. And I don't want this incline to be really high. So sometimes, we do a couple blocks, and we're up a little higher. I don't want this one to be really high. So again, if you don't have a block, you can take your blanket, kind of fold it like this, and then fold it again. And then that will suffice for the type of incline that we're going for here. And I'm just going to kind of take this here a little bit, just so I have a little bit of neck support. And if I turn out I don't need it, I can always just get rid of that bit. And from here, now in this one, I tend to get a little bit chilly, or at least in my feet. So I'm going to take another blanket and I'm going to place that over my feet so I don't have to worry about it. If you've got socks on, you may not need that extra support. And then as I'm here also, I'm going to take another blanket and I'm going to make this a little bit more grounding. So I want to be all the way up against my bolster or stack of blankets, depending on what you're using here, because I want that back supported. And if this doesn't feel good to you here, even as you pull down your neck, this is a little bit of extension, then you can sit on a blanket as well. If you need that extra support for the low back, that should make it feel better. Now, for me, I'm going to take this blanket once I get settled in here. Good. I'm going to play it right across my lap. You can take it across the lap. You can also take it this way. And this just creates a light weight that creates a grounding sensation in the body. And you know what? I'm going to bring in a couple of blankets here. I'm going to support my arms. Yeah. Okay. So from here, we're going to be here for about 3 minutes as well. And just kind of, wiggle around for a moment if you need to do that. Get that in. And again, as you're here, allow the body, if you can, with some deep breath, to let go and sink in. Something I didn't say but might be applicable to some of you, you can always put a folded blanket, a rolled up blanket, or a pillow under the knees if that's something that would make you more comfortable. Comfort is the name of the game here. Where in my body can I soften? So from this one, gently wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe blink the eyes a little bit. Maybe gently take the head and neck from side to side. And then when you're ready, I'm going to move my blankets out of the way. I'm going to tuck my chin and then gently slide my hands back, gently gliding myself back up. Now, if it's better for you to bend the knees and gently roll over to the side and come up, especially if you've got a back that's not always sure, you can certainly do that. So I'm going to kind of restack some of these blankets here just so that they're a little bit out of the way. And so from here, we're going to take this into a supine, yes, a supported supine twist. And we're going to support the leg with either a stack of blankets or a bolster. You can also do it with a pillow. Now from here, I'm just going to reset this. I'm going to use that blanket as a little neck pillow here. And so for this one, just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm just going to have the bolster on my left side because that's the side that's facing the camera right now. So we're going to do this for 3 minutes on each side as well. And I'm just going to lay down here. Okay. And then once here, good, I'm just going to lift up my right leg and I'm going to take it over to the left. And there's a couple ways you can do this. You can be here like this. If you're like, this doesn't feel very comfortable, then I'm going to recommend that you completely come to your side. Good. Maybe for me, at least, if I do it this way, and you know what? I think I'm actually going to do it this way. I'm going to build this up as a little pillow here, and then I'm going to take this leg and just come right here and just let this all relax through here. So make sure that your, shoulder has got some space between your props, your head and neck are supported. If you're doing that, you can cover up with a blanket. If you would like to do that, good. And you can just come here and then take this back. Good. And then once you're ready, you know what? I don't think this earpiece is going to work very well here. I'm just going to take this part out. Good. And then from here, just 3 minutes. Breathing. See if you can slow down the breath a little bit as you begin to sink in. And again, even from this position, where could I soften? Am I holding on anywhere? Can I just let that go? So from here, you're going to switch sides. So you want to just kind of carefully ease out. And as you carefully ease out, kind of come onto your back for a moment before going to the other side. Maybe a little windshield wiper would feel nice as a little in between. And then we'll take it to the other side. So I'm going to encourage you to do it the same way on the other side that you just did. For me then, I'm going to keep this neck pillow. Grab my timer. Good. I'm just going to turn over here. Good. Taking that left leg now. And I didn't say it before, but you also want your foot to be supported. So try not to kind of have it hanging off. You want that foot to be nice and supported as well. Yeah. And getting situated here with my neck pillow. Good. And then once ready, let yourself kind of acclimate and settle in and breathe, deep breath, and let go. Where else in the body could you soften? So from here, again, gently, gently, and I come back to center for a moment. You can be here for a moment. You can windshield wiper, be where it is that you need to be. And then from here, in the way that's best for your body, probably rolling over to your side. You want to slowly and gently come back up to a seat. Good. And for a moment, notice how you feel. So the last pose that we're going to do here before we go into Shavasana is a supported frog pose. A supported frog pose. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a couple blankets And I want them kind of folded about like this. And I'm going to stack them on top of each other. Then I'm going to take my bolster, and you don't want it to be too far away. I'm going to take my bolster, and then I'm going to take a couple blankets and stack them on top of the bolster. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be belly down, and it's better to have the bolster not too far away and have to adjust and maybe pull this under the upper body a little bit more than having to finagle with this. So that's why I said that. But I'm just going to go ahead and come here. And then I'm going to come back to where my knees kind of up against, and my legs are just going to rest now on this bolster. So my feet can touch each other and my knees are kind of out to the side of the mat. And then you can always pull your blanket, that are in front of you inward a little bit. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always move them outward a little bit. Um, so I think this is a good spot here. You can do a little hand pillow with the hand. You can fold another blanket and have that as a head pillow if you want it. But this one is going to be 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So whenever you're ready here, maybe, get a little wiggle or something like that in. And again, I'm going to invite you kind of settle in and breathe. And so this kind of relaxes through the hips a little bit, and we keep a lot of tension in that area. So as you begin to breathe deep, ask yourself, what can I release? What can I release? Where can I release? Again, nice and gentle, nice and gentle. Maybe wiggle the hips just a little bit. Maybe head and neck can go side to side. And then from here, I'm just going to release my feet and take my legs out wider. Got some other blankets in the way. You can do that. You can take the legs and everything together and then just roll over to one side. So whatever is the best way for you to slowly and gently come up your seat, then that's the way I'm going to recommend that you come up. Good. And then just notice a moment how you feel and where you feel it. And then we're going to set up for our final pose, which is our Shavasana. So I just really love the traditional supported Shavasana pose. So that's the one I'm going to pick. If you know a different one, feel free to bring it in. I am going to use one folded blanket here as a neck pillow. Move some of these blankets out just for a moment. I will be having a bolster under my knees. And we'll have a blanket along my feet here. Good. And then I'm going to take another blanket so that my arms are supported on each side. And then it looks like I'm going to have just enough here. So I am actually going to use a blanket to cover up with. And then I'm going to use that blanket to ground with. The same thing here, just like we did before. I'll stick my arms under here for a moment. So again, you can take it right across the belly. You can take it, across the chest here. Whatever feels good to you, that's going to be good today. Good. And then, good, just so that I don't accidentally drift off, I'm going to set it to 5 minutes. Good. And then from here, kind of get any wiggles in, and then your final little intentions, if you want them. I'm going to give you questions I've already asked. What can I release? Where can I let go? How can I soften? And for about 3 rounds, we'll do a 4, 7, 8 breath here. So once you're nice and settled and supported, a big exhale up here. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently, gently take some deep breaths. As you take some deep breaths and start to come back, maybe wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe gently take head and neck from side to side. Maybe gently open the eyes. And then from here, based on what you chose for your Shavasana time, you have to move some props and blankets around. Carefully start to get yourself in a position where you're on your side, the right or the left side, the side that works best for your body right in this moment. And just rest here for a moment. And then when you feel okay, a little bit more, a little bit more awake, then gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat where we started our practice. From this nice tall sit, notice how you feel. Maybe bringing hands back to heart center where we started, coming back to any intention, returning to the breath. Taking hands in the prayer, thumbs to the forehead for good and true thought, to the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week, month, season ahead. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.